Good evening and welcome to Monkeys with Fire. How is everybody tonight? I hope you're all well. I hope you've had a good day and you're all ready to settle in and watch me do a little bit of crafting tonight. Because, of course, I am going to be working on my dungeon. Regular viewers to the channel know that I have been showing off Gamemaster from the Army Painter. This is an all-in-one complete set for you to be able to make your series of dungeons or caverns for your tabletop role-playing game or your gaming group. And yeah, we've already started. We've made some tiles, and tonight it's all about doing the painting, getting some colour down there. Let's say hello to the chat. Good evening, Amberden, and hello, Sarah, and hello, Chris. How are you all? Hope you're all well. Shall we jump straight to the table then? Let's see what we're up to. It's not chocolate on a stick. Honestly, it's not chocolate. Mmm, chocolate. All right, let's do a recap. And then we can sort of move on. So I started off with an untextured piece of XPS foam, and there it is. It's all very white. And then using a knife and a pencil and a rock. I don't know how well you can see this. Oh, there we go. We can start to see the texture. There we go. We put in the grid system, and we put in all the texture to give this nice dungeon tile effect. All right. And then, once you've got that, it was a case of cutting up the tiles into rooms and corridors. So we've got a 4x4 just here. And once that's been done, you then spray it. Now, the set comes with a water-based, non-toxic aerosol spray that doesn't melt foam, which is, of course, the most important aspect. You've spent all that time creating your tiles, and then suddenly you just go and use a rattle can from the cheap dollar store, and you watch everything melt in front of your eyes. So the one that is within the set is water-based, so it doesn't melt your work. And I found to do this, as I say, chocolate popsicles, barbecue sticks with carpet tape. Carpet tape is your friend. It sticks to everything, and it's really, really good. So there you go. You just basically put them on a stick and give them a good spray. Another aspect, because I found it's just inevitable that you don't get into all the cracks. And of course, you want to make sure that all the recesses have the nice darkened colour. So I've got here, it's hardened carapace is the colour. In effect, so having a bottle of this handy, thin it down and put that into all the recesses, and you're then ready to go. Good evening, Augie. Welcome, welcome. Duct tape. No, carpet tape is slightly different. Carpet tape has a sort of membrane to it. I just found it sticks really well and peels off really easily at the same time. So there we go. I'm going to clean this up a little bit. I just wanted to show you because we've got a whole variety of different tiles here. What we've got, so we've got this 2x4. We've got a very thin corridor here, and as you can see, I've used some of the basing material to put some rocks and gravel onto the tiles. But I've got an idea for doing larger areas of gravel, and I will share that with you later on. So let me clear all of this up. Give ourselves a little bit of room to work with. And of course, you know, we have here, this is an L-shaped corridor. When you obviously have set out your grid on your large sheet of the XPS, it's completely up to you then how you cut it up and how you decide how you want your rooms and your corridors. Here's a piece where I have deliberately only put the markings and the textures around the outside, but all of this central area is quite smooth. Still got a little bit of texture because, of course, I went over it with the sandpaper. So we have a little bit, but nothing like what's around the edges. And also, I've cut in a little bit of a sort of indent. Because, again, you can put in whatever designs you want to do on this. And that might come in handy at some point. So be aware that you can do things like that. Let's just say good evening, May. Good evening, Roger. Welcome, welcome. Here's another tile. I think this one's had a little bit more work done on it. So we have, it's a 3x3, but I have broken up some of these tiles. I've put some indents in. We've got the gravel on there as well. We're going to do something slightly different with this one. So then, I think we're going to start with this. Sprinkles, says Sarah. I have been following the guide that comes with the set, and the guide pretty much takes you through. So we've just done the painting element, got everything sprayed, and now this is the guide is talking about doing a cavern. We're just going to do the dungeon equivalent, and we'll do caverns at a later date. And so it is a simple process. But basically, of course, all the paints that you need are supplied within the set. Indeed, also, the set comes with, I know you're not going to be able to see it because it's going to get blown out, but a nice little palette and 2 large and medium-sized brushes. So we have everything that we need. So first of all, we're going to do a base of, well, dungeon base. Very obvious. So we'll start with that. Once that's dried, the guide suggests that we can add some subterranean wash across the tiles. This is just going to go into all the recesses. It's going to give it that little bit of a sort of grimy sort of look. And again, you know, maybe this is a sort of a green. Maybe we could put a little bit of brown in there as well. We can, or maybe a bit of black. You know, we can have a bit of fun with that. Once that is completely dry, we then go over it with dungeon highlights. And that's going to help us pick out all the detail on the tile. And then finally, dungeon effects is for the very, very sharpest points, the highest points, so maybe the little stones, maybe around the edges of the tiles. That's where we use that. And that will basically be it. So let's get started. It absolutely does look like chocolate on a stick, doesn't it? I I totally agree. So we need to give this, because we've got a lot of paint in here. This is, what is it? It's a 50ml bottle of paint. Good evening, Timothy. Welcome. How are you? We've just been going over the plan for this evening. So we might as well get a reasonable amount of paint on the palette, because what we want to do is we want to cover all the flat areas but leave the recesses dark. Oh, we got a nice, oh, this is a nice brush. Yeah, there we go, nice brush to use here. All right, so we need to get paint into all the bristles. Give it a good, get on in there. We just wipe off the excess. Burnt chocolate on a stick. I hope this isn't an omen for tomorrow's baking project. Are you baking again, Amberden? All right, so we're just going to basically go over the top. We don't want this to go into the recesses. And I guess I'm going to kind of learn now. Did I do a good job on texturing the base? Did I make the recesses deep enough? This is my first time doing something like this, so we'll find out, won't we? It does say that you want to kind of give it quite a liberal. I'm going to go in different directions. But I'm not pushing down with the brush here, I'm just going across the top. So we're getting some colour there. And of course, don't forget the edges. So you'll notice that I have I've textured all the sides. I've also allowed the tile sort of indent go round the side as well. I'm going to take a little bit, so it should be that, shouldn't it? Just wipe it off. We'll do a little bit more. Yeah, no, that's better. All right. Around this edge. But just being sort of gentle with it. Let the texture in the foam and the brush do a lot of the work. So Amberden, you're working on a rich chocolate cake with brandy-laced chocolate buttercream filling. My goodness me. There needs to be a ban. People are not allowed to talk about lavish cakes while we're streaming. This is starting to look pretty cool. Now the only thing is, I need to get round the side this way. Hang on, how am I going to do this? I'm going to have to sort of do it like this, aren't I? All right. So yes, it's definitely. Oh, so we got a little bit of foam that's just come off there. I can always come back Maybe with a little bit of the hardened carapace. As I say, that is the colour to basically fix any little mistakes to the shadows, the recesses. Good evening, Marianne. Welcome. How are you? We've just started doing the first coat on these dungeon tiles. We've got a few to go through, but as you can see, it's already starting to come alive. So we're going to put that to one side because hopefully things will dry relatively quickly. What flavour popsicle? Everybody's saying that. Everybody's saying it's a popsicle. It's not. It's a dungeon tile. Come on. It's got to be chocolate, hasn't it? Even though it's not brown, it's an interesting colour. It's a kind of it's a very dark grey. Near black, but with green and brown in it. It's a kind of, yeah. It's a strange colour, but it's perfect. It's because you don't want it to be black. Black would be too overpowering. So it's licorice, yes. Oh my goodness. Could you imagine having a whole piece of licorice like this? This is a lovely brush. For doing something really big like this is absolutely perfect. It's quite it's quite soft and so speaking of foam, you give me an idea of how to do your Blood-Borne Mini-Bases. Oh, okay. Are you going to share? Are you going to tell us? Okay. Then we just have to... So, Marianne, for terrain, I usually use a big hardware store brush. One coat and done. Yeah, no, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. It's whatever works for you, isn't it, eh? But this is perfect for this. I'm going to go across because I haven't gone across that way. So you can see, hopefully, a little bit of how the sandpaper texture has given the foam just that sort of stone appearance, which is great. And then, of course, we've got all those wonderful indents because of the rock. Not Dwayne Johnson. He hasn't come along and done this for me. I went and got myself a rock, and I found that basically everybody should own a rock for their hobbying needs. All right, so I think that one's looking pretty good. Let's go for this real big one here. So what's everyone been up to? Has anyone done any hobbying today, or is anybody painting right now? Everyone should own a rock. Monkeys with Fire 2021. That is the quote already. Already we're getting important public service announcements happening on the channel. It is imperative that you own a rock. In fact, actually, it is imperative that you own a rock, and you'll find out why later on. So, Timothy DM, I only ever bought one brush in a miniature shop. All my other brushes are from the art stores and the occasional hardware store. Yeah, no, totally with you on that one. I have been enjoying using some makeup brushes, much to the annoyance of my partner. Obviously, ask significant others' permission before you take their makeup brushes. Apparently, it doesn't go down very well. There we go. See, just nice and easy. Look at that. May, you're going to do cobblestones with foam. We're going to take forever. All right. Okay. Timothy, you've base coated a Cthulhu mini but haven't touched it in maybe a month. Zero inspiration. You have no idea where to go with the model. There must be plenty of visual guides for Cthulhu. Surely. Have you so did you say you've base coated him? So he's green at the moment, I'm assuming. Oh. See, I think I put too much on there. Well, that's okay. Because again, so I'm doing everything at this moment in time with these core colours. And this is because in my dungeon, this is how all the corridors are going to be. But when it comes to the actual rooms, the actual tiles, I'm going to be experimenting with some of the colours. Because I figure that the rooms should be a little bit more important. Oh, come on. Let's just trying to get this area done. There we go. Done. So, again, I'm just going to bring the brush across this way. We want to try and get every edge, and then again back over this way. I must admit that as I was building these up and cutting them out last week, very relaxing, very sort of, it was very chilled. It's really nice. So there you go. As you know, we're blasting through these, aren't we? You're going to do another model and come back to Cthulhu. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's again. That's definitely something to be done. Yeah. Okay, I'm feeling brave. Let's do the special tile. Obviously, I want this one to be good. Did I use something like Mod Podge to protect the foam? No. No, I have literally just sprayed the primer on the top. I have seen obviously various videos on doing that, where you might mix a dark color, a black or something like that, and spray it over. But no, I've just okay, so yes, so some paints can melt foam. Okay, well that's the thing. So the aerosol that comes with the set is a water-based aerosol that doesn't have the propellants within it that causes foam to melt. So yeah, absolutely perfect. And of course I'm using the Army Painter paints here, which of course are perfectly fine with foam. So it's all good. Yes, I would be mortified if I'd spent all this time creating all these wonderful tiles and then suddenly watching them all melt in front of me. But that's the good thing about everything in the set. It's all designed to be used together. So we have nothing to worry about. Okay, let's get these edges done. So this tile, I'm envisaging it to have a little bit of a sort of Aztec theme. And I take no credit on this. I think it was Black Magic Craft. I watched one of his wonderful videos, and this was a design that he did, and so I'm copying it basically. Shameless plagiarism, but hey. But what I have done is I have created a whole load of these 3x3 tiles. And what I intend to do is use these as tiles where I can try different sort of techniques on. Different scenes. So this is going to, let's say, it's going to be an Aztec jungle, but I'm going to do a cavern-based one. I'm going to do a snow one. I'm going to do a desert one, and as in desert sort of ruins. Okay, so that's the plan with these 3x3 tiles. And the good thing about it, and I think it was Chris who mentioned it, that these will be perfect to sit your miniature on top of and take a photograph and use them as sort of a display plinth, which I thought was a great idea. You've reported me, have you, Chris, for blatant plagiarism? Yes, well. Oh, is it not? It's just theft. It's just theft of an idea. Well, I give credit where credit is due. I want to see if I can attempt a similar type of tile. That's the goal. So there we go. We're getting through these not too bad. We just need to add a bit more paint. I'd say it's a nice big bottle. It's 50 ml. And this is just one of the colours. The other is the cavern base. Which I will... let me just go and grab that just to show you, just so you can see the difference. You know, it's brown, yeah? Caverns are brown. Oops. Don't knock it all over. All right, so here you go. So that is the cavern base. And again, it's the same process, but it's a triad of paints. So you use your cavern base first. You then go to cavern highlights. Do a dry brush with that. And then a very select dry brush, just on the very sharpest points with cavern effects. And then, in addition to those paints, so those are the core paints for the dungeon and the cavern. But in addition, because you always can do it, we got Brink Black. So we've got a nice matte black there. And Grotto Slime. I've seen one of their the videos from the army painter on how to do a sort of acid pool. And that looked like a lot of fun. Again, this is the really neat thing about this set, is that the only thing that stops you is your sort of imagination. Everything that you need is within the set. And try things out. There was another really neat video on how to make a sort of water feature with a little bit of a sort of waterfall element into it. It was 3 layers of foam to it. Looked really cool. So if you're not already following the army painter on YouTube, that's probably the best place to be notified when they release a new video. I think they put them up on Facebook as well, so you can check them out there. So they're looking less like chocolate. Good evening, Snowyak. Welcome. How are you, sir? I've been trying to fend off the chat from eating my tiles. They're becoming less like chocolate, more like stone now, which is good. Let's just there we go. That's yes, this is the foam. Well, it's a complete kit from Gamemaster, which is their Dungeons and Caverns Core Set. It's everything you need in one great big box to create your own tiles. Let me show you some. Let me show you, because these are like very thin secret corridors, but we want to see something a bit more interesting, surely. Here we go. Let's do this one. So we got a large sort of L-shaped corridor here. What I've done, of course, is I've primed it with the water-based spray that's included in the pack that does not melt foam, which is, of course, very handy. Because you don't want to watch your work melt. So we're just giving everything an initial sort of brush. You would love a tree box. A tree box? Not quite with you. What do you mean? So let's just You mean a box for making trees, maybe? To make your own trees instead of a dungeon. Oh, okay, yes, that's a good idea, yes. Yeah. Well, you never know. Maybe this starts something off because, you know, it's definitely convenient having everything all in one place. That's what I really like about it. You know, you can definitely go out and get all the individual elements if you so desire. But for somebody new, starting, who've obviously watched videos and been inspired and want to sort of give it a go, then having it all there, that's really handy. Because, of course, it comes with the glue and a knife and the ruler and a hot wire cutter, which I haven't used on these tiles because that's probably more for doing caverns or some more advanced elements, which we might do next week. We'll see how brave we're feeling. A box of tree stuff. Hello, Lorna. A box with seeds in 1 or 2 years, you can pluck them and use for your diorama. That's an amazing idea for the tree box. I like it. Grow your own fantasy forest. You want to see a battlefield with a genuine bonsai trees growing it. That'd be something, wouldn't it? Just get around these edges. This is an interesting tile because, of course, it's we've got elements all around it. Let's do that. So then, we kind of spoke about it a little bit last week, and I have been busy, and it'll probably come as no surprise that an upcoming Monkeys with Fire community challenge will be to design and create and build your own dungeon tile. And the army painter are very, very generously providing the participants with a piece of foam so that they're able to actually take part on this. I figured that most of you guys will already have knives and rulers, things like that. So what we're going to do, I will sort out some sort of guidelines on this. But basically, I suggested that we create a 6x6 tile. Now, I'm sorry, it's going to get blown out. There's no way of me sort of doing this otherwise, isn't it? Hello, Mini Painter 53. Welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for following. We're just talking about creating dungeon tiles as part of an upcoming community challenge. So this is a 6x6. All right, which is quite a bit of space. Let me just go and reach another tile. Hang on. This one, obviously, is 5x5. And I want to try and give you an idea I think that is probably, this is as big a tile as you can create out of one of the A4 sheets. Okay, so let's just take that 5x5. That 5x5 sits on in there. It can fit in 1, 2. You can fit in 2 times with lots of foam around the edge. Because what I'm thinking is, how about the challenge is to do a 5x5 tile, which gives you more foam to be able to do maybe a multi-level tile because you want to do an indent, or maybe to build up elements within the tile, because it's not just a case of a flat tile. You've got that space. So the challenge will be that you've got the space of a 5x5. What you do with it, how you design it, how you build it up, that's up to you. Right? So I'm wondering, is it a 5x5 or is it slightly smaller, maybe a 4x4, to give you more foam to be able to do more with? But this is what we... So Chris, you're saying 5x5. You see, I think that 5x5 might be a good size. Yes, I think you do want some foam spare. Yes, I agree. Because if you can then double up, even possibly triple up, you can do some really cool stuff. And I think that's what we want to see. And the reason we want to see is because the army painter, again, very, very generously, will be providing a winner prize for the best tile. And I will confirm what that prize is closer to the time. So there you go. This is going to be the next Monkeys with Fire Community Challenge. More foam. Well, I'm hoping that you guys enjoyed the experience as much as I have. I can't sort of downplay it. It is a lot of fun. It really is a lot of fun to create these tiles, and then when you start cutting them into pieces, and you start thinking, okay, well, this piece goes here, and then certainly when you design the rooms, and that's where it's going to be great, because the rooms can be anything in a room. One room could be a torture chamber. Another room could be a wizard's library. One room could be just a kitchen. It's totally up to you, but you've got to sell that theme of that room with what you put in on the tile, what you how you design it. There's lots of little story cues, isn't there? That can be just part of the things that are on the floor. So as I say, I will work out some rules, because we want a sort of an even playing field for everybody. We will do the usual thing. I will see how much foam can realistically go around people. Of course, that doesn't stop anybody who is not successful in getting the foam that I will be providing. If you have XPS foam, then you are more than welcome to still take part in the challenge to potentially win the prize. Okay? So if you have foam, you could start now. Sarah has to do hers one-handed. Amberin saying, "Awesome! Sounds like I need to get planning." Well, okay, let's set it in stone. It's gonna be a 5x5 tile. All right, and the tile must have the grid markings on it. All right. But how you go about and what you do with the tile is going to be up to you. I've nearly done all these already. See, it doesn't take long, and I'm blasting through them. And of course, the great thing about this is by the time I get to the last one, the first one will be dry, because I'm not particularly putting wet paint on. And we can start work straight away. In stone or in foam painted as stone? I think you're okay with doing the foam painted as stone. That's perfectly acceptable. Though if anybody is able to chisel out their dungeon tile out of real stone, then you will definitely get extra points for that. And of course, you know, as we've already highlighted, there are many awesome YouTube and Twitch channels that do creative crafting shows and videos. By all means, go and check them out. Go and get some inspiration, some ideas. Okay. I do like these end pieces. This is texture created by the rock that I have. It's so nice. This is where I've just done a bad cut, but the smooth sides, they look just awesome. So everybody needs, you're now all aware, you all now need to go and get yourself a rock. And we can put up into the variety gallery pictures of our rocks. Just like, what was the name of that Tom Hanks film? You know, where he's marooned on an island, and he has a football, and he gives it a name, doesn't he? What's the name of the football? What's the name of the football? Wilson. Thank you, Mini-Pater53. So there we go. What we want to see during this challenge, is it a volleyball? Sorry, volleyball. So during the challenge, because a rock is an essential part of your crafting arsenal now, we want to see pictures of your rock and the name attributed to it. Do you have to paint a bloody hand on your rock? Says Mini Painter. If you feel that is appropriate and you know is going to help the process, you go for it. Okay. All right. We're getting there. We're getting there. All right. No, biggest piece of chocolate. So let's just And just incidentally, talking about the community challenge, I am very excited to let you guys know that we have sponsors for the challenge going all the way to July. And wow, you're going to be blown away by some of the stuff that we're going to be doing this year.
Is really going to be breathtaking.
You're breathtaking.
You're breathtaking. You're all breathtaking.
Well, it's you guys who have been painting up such awesome miniatures. And of course, as people have seen that, they've wanted to get involved. And yeah, so really, it's you guys who are breathtaking. You're all breathtaking. Of course, we've been seeing what you've been doing on the current challenge, and yeah, the minis are looking amazing.
Chill, motherfuckers! Sorry, got that out of the system.
Oh, you're happy now, Chris. Okay. Just get a little bit more around the edges. You are complete. Good. Of course, we'll be taking a look in the gallery in a bit-ish. So if you wanted to add to the gallery, if you've been working on anything, !Discord. Throw up your photos. Let's take a look. Let's see what you've done. Mini Painter 53, since you're new, you might not be aware. So on Wednesday nights, we always do a gallery. We take a look at everybody's work. And so we have a mini gallery where you put up your miniature pictures, quite obviously. But we also have a variety gallery. So you guys are all incredibly talented. And the variety gallery is where you can put anything else that has a little bit of creativity attached to it. But I have put in new rules for the food photos now. Okay, I could see that the food photos were going to they were running away. We needed to reel them back on in with some rules. So you need to join the Discord server. I think Chris has just put the link in. There we go. Thank you very much, Chris. And once you're in there, you'll see a gallery. It just says mini gallery. So put your mini photos in there. And don't listen to Chris. We do not judge your work. We are a non-judgmental channel. But of course, if you wanted feedback, I'm sure people would be more than happy to offer. The only time that we get judgmental is typically over anything that I paint, and in that case, then they are all incredibly judgmental. Get a little bit in there. You judge all of us, do you, Chris? Oh, I think I missed a little bit there on the... Oh. You got to remember to take some of this paint off. Don't want too much paint. Yes, Chris, you'll be able to watch the stream at your leisure later on, if you are out and about. All right, nearly done. You can't wait to see what we're talking about. Oh, cool. We can pretty much say anything then, and because Chris can't hear. All right. Nearly done. Ugh. Come on. See, this is why carpet tape is brilliant, because you can be quite rough. And it's just not going to come off. And yet as soon as I want to peel it off, it's done. Yeah, I don't want to... The paint's obviously drying within the brush, and I don't want to wet it, because I don't want wet paint. I want sort of dry-ish paint. I've got literally one tile to do, so I think we should be all right. I guess what you would call this is more sort of overbrushing, because we're not wiping any paint off, but we're not trying to cover the entire area. We're trying to leave some of the dark base coat in the recesses. So we get that sort of natural shadow. Thank you, Timothy, for dropping by. Do keep tuning into the channel so that if you wanted to take part in the challenge, then you get all the details. Make sure you're following on social media if you're not already doing so. Okay, just this last little bit there. Oh, we've nicked a little piece. Oh. Got a bit of foam appearing. There we go. How's that? That's looking too bad. All right, so final piece. I'm going to need a little bit more paint. No, it's not ruined. It's perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. I guess that's something about this sort of project, is that it's kind of hard to ruin it. Certainly at this sort of level, for the fact of that it's not supposed to be perfect, is it? You know, it's a decayed sort of, you know, dungeon. Right, so this is going to be interesting. This tile, I purposely did not go over it as rough with the rock as I have with others, and you'll get to find out in due course. But we want to be just really gentle, and all we're going to do is I'm just painting these outside tiles. Is it for a monkey altar? Oh my goodness, that's a great idea. Just going to get rid of a little bit of paint there. I could put a monkey sticker in the center. That'd fit perfectly, wouldn't it? There's not a little bit of in-channel branding. Okay, so let's because I've got the central area here, I can put my my fingers in it a little bit. Okay, so you can see how that's coming together. Let's Mini Painter, you love the carpet tape skewer idea. Well, what I didn't take a photograph because I figured nobody'd be interested, but if you could imagine a large square box, all of these tiles were all suspended on the edges of going into the box. So the initial sort of spray is that everything got a bit of paint on it right from the start, which was great. And then once they dried a little bit, I took them out and started just, topping up on each of the individual tiles. And yeah, it was a good way of just getting them all done quite quickly. Because in the set, you've seen me do all these tiles. That's not even... It's probably about a quarter of the tile... The amount of foam and the amount of tiles I've created. I've got so many tiles to make, which is great. But as I say, the way to keep this interesting is all the rooms are going to be different. They're all going to have their own sort of theme. I think that'll look quite cool. Oh. Also, another thing that I did on this one, which I don't know if you notice, on all of the corridors, I have gone around the edge of the actual tile and used the stone to sort of depress the edge, to bevel the edge. Whereas on this one, I've kept it very, very straight. Purposely, because I want this room to sort of look as if this is a bit more, well, it's been looked after. It's a bit more important than the other rooms. So definitely there are sort of little tricks in, you know, what you do as you create it can help tell part of the story as well. All right, so let's just go that, go that. Also, you might notice I've not put any gravel on this tile either. We got some sort of cracks in the tile, so there's a little bit of wear. These are all quite nice, but no gravel here. Let me show you. Where's another one? So hopefully you can see how the edges are beveled, and that's just pressing the rock up against the surface. That's all it takes. All right, right. I think so. I'm going to put that to one side. Right. Okay. We got this brush trying to get all this dry paint out of the brush. That is a nice brush. Definitely a nice brush. We'll give that a proper clean in a bit. So, another brush that comes with the set is a wash brush. So we're going to use a subterranean wash. We're going to just do this on a few tiles. Let's see what effect we get. So this one should be nice and dry. A brush you use to wash other brushes. I don't think it's quite that way. Let's I'm going to add a little bit of water just in case. Just because I've not used this paint before, I always like to add a little bit of water just so I know what what it's going to be like first, and then if I want to add more, I can always do that. A little bit of dirty water. Oh, okay. So we got a definite sort of algae green. Is that a fair thing? I'm going to add more water because I want this to be able to flow quite a bit. All right, we have a reasonably wet brush. Let's get some of this. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus it around the cracks, because I think that's where we'll get some of this sort of building up. You got to sort of think it through a little bit, you know. It's like, where is all this sort of the plant life? Where's that going to sort of form? Where's the discoloration going to happen? There again, you could always just lather it all on, get it everywhere. So I'm thinking now, actually, now that I can sort of see how it's working, maybe I want to be a little bit more aggressive with it. But the good thing about it is that doing things slightly measured with a little bit of water to start off with, at least then you sort of learn what things are like. And you can always add more, but you can't take it away. You can always add more, says Chris. Yes, well, it's The legendary Bob Ross is you can always add more, but it's a son of a gun to take it away. So there we go. Okay, so we've got. I think that's going to be very subtle. All right, but we can see where. Again, we're adding to the story of these tiles. We're accentuating some of these little dips and features. And the good thing about it is, remember, this is going to get a dry brush over the top. In fact, this actually, this second layer is doing a little bit more work now. And maybe we don't want to put this wash on every tile. Because maybe things are... And what we can do is if we put a little bit of wash there, no reason why we can't just get a wet brush just to feather it out a little bit. This is why this is going to take a little bit of time to dry. Just feather, feather, feather. You can't find... I'm not with you on that one, Amberdon. So there you go. So we've already got, hopefully that's... Can you see how that's brought out quite a lot of the detail already? So mini painter along the edges of the corridor tiles where the water would naturally gutter. Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly it. We just add, and so I've got that little sort of crack there. I want to emphasize that a little bit more. How's that looking? And maybe we just add a little bit around the stones, because the stones are going to get a little bit of. Maybe get a little bit around there. You know, you can really start. Now, the thing is, of course, I'm possibly doing too much just on this little corridor piece. But when you guys, if you take part in the challenge, this is kind of the things that you're going to want to do, aren't you, for your challenge piece, because you're just doing one sort of little tile. And you want that tile to have all that intricate little detail. But maybe this is a bit too much just for one little bit of corridor. All right, that's already, look, that's hey, and that was watered down, and already that green is really starting to pop. I can see it a bit, maybe a bit better than you guys can. So of course, there's going to be a brighter dry brush over the top of this. It's going to knock that green back, but that green is going to be in all the little recesses. That's going to look rather neat. Let's grab another tile. Ooh. Let's do the Aztec jungle one. Let's do this one. As you can see, I've already used up all that wash. Hang on a second. This wash is going to be my new friend, I'm sure. It's not going to replace the rock. The rock is definitely my best friend at the moment. I need to think of a name for my rock. I think it's important to have a name. All right. Dwayne. Hey, yeah, that's a good one. I like that. Okay, now this of course, because this tile is so intricate, this has got so much. So let's just start in the middle and let's get the wash into all the recesses. We were safe on that to start off with, aren't we? Okay, so in on here. We've just got to remember the places that we've done. In here. That's quite a. Let's see, that's quite nice. I like that in there. Go for the obvious. Yeah, no, definitely. No, I like it. You see, already this particular tile is going to use up so much more wash. But we need to have this, because, you know, we've got to think that this tile, if it is going for this Aztec theme, it's going to be warm, it's going to be moist, humid. We're going to have a lot of sort of vegetation. Just get that in there. So we're just getting into all these little recesses. It's going to have Ebola. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's... Do not drink the water, okay? Right, let's be a bit brave. Let's... I'm only going to put in one bit of water on this. Oh, E. Balboa. Rock E. Ah, with you now. Sorry. Come on. You know, when I'm doing something else, I don't necessarily pick up on things like that. You got to signpost it for me. Yes, Rocky. Very good. Like it. I'm thinking that Dwayne is definitely a contender for my rock name. We've kind of gone there enough times already with it tonight, so. And Amberden, you are trying to carve tiles out of stone. My goodness, sir. I give you kudos for it, but don't do that. make them out of foam like the rest of us. So there's quite a lot in here. Yeah, I think this is a tile that definitely warrants a lot of green. Good evening, Chris. I can really, I don't know how well you can see, maybe when I take some photographs later, but the green is really popping on this. And as I say, it's going to be it's a sub-level. It is going to be the hint of the green underneath the various dry brushings that's going to happen. That's going to look great. Let's so let's get a little bit of water on the brush just to sort of blend out some of these. We don't want necessarily obvious sort of tide marks. I feel like we need a little bit more over here. That tile's actually, that part's, oh, there we go. Brush it into there. Marianne, you only see black and grey. It's, yeah, unfortunately on the camera, it's you can see sort of slightly shiny but dark, but I can see there's green in there. It's a really wonderful sort of algae sort of look. Mini Painter, thank you so much for joining us, and yeah, we hope to see you again soon. How's that? Oh, let's get some on the edge here, because we haven't done. Again, you see, you can let things sort of spill over, because of course we've got the cracks on the side. No reason why they shouldn't get a little bit of attention as well. And again, we'll just blend it a little bit. There we go. Bit of blending. Blend. All right. Oh, let's just try and get rid of that line. There we go. There we are. Nude foam? Is there such a thing as nude foam? The foam is white that comes with the set. So everything then is sprayed with the Dungeons and Caverns terrain primer, which, as I say, is a water-based, non-toxic aerosol that will not melt your foam. Just putting a little bit around the edges there, because I think that's quite cool. All right. So yes, this is one of my first sort of show tiles. As I say, we're going to do a whole variety of these different 3x3 tiles, different sort of themes to them. See what we get. I think we're gonna stop there, and we'll go to the gallery, and we'll see what you guys have been up to. Does that sound like a plan? Nude as in with no clothes. Yes, because foam is always wearing clothes. Just looking at the other tile there, it looks rather awesome. Right. Let's put that there. Let's make sure I didn't. I thought for a second I might have flicked water onto a miniature because it's just all a little bit too close. I should have moved all that stuff away, but never mind. Okay, are you guys ready for the gallery? Exclamation Discord if you haven't uploaded your photos. Now is the time. Let's take a look. See what you guys have been up to. So pop that there. Do that there. Oh, what's happening? Pascal doing a raid. Hello, Pascal. Just in time. Thank you so much for the raid. How was your show tonight? I hope it went well. Let's go to the gallery then. Here we go. So then, what do we have here? Oh my goodness, a Necromunda Van Saar Arc Eotech number 2 from fellow streamer Grey Paladin Art. Doesn't that look cool? That's looking really, really good. I like that a lot. I like the greens. Of course, Grey Paladin streams on Twitch. If you're not following him, you should certainly do so. It's nice. I'm thinking for some reason because of the green and purple, I'm thinking of the Lex Luthor sort of power suit. If you're familiar with your Superman DC comics. It does look good, doesn't it? All right, over to Lornor. Oh, what do you mean, who reads DC? Chris? My goodness me. DC's for all the cool kids. Lornor, this is Jada Twinsons from Reaper Miniatures. Won during the channel's 3rd anniversary stream. And painted using the metal paints that Lornor won as well. Let's take a look. Oh, she's really nice. Oh, I like the cloak and the sort of the robes. They're really nice. Did you enjoy painting this miniature, Lornor? Is she a worthy addition to your gallery? You liked her. Good, good, good. Well, no, you've done a splendid job as always. Looking very nice. We then go over to Chris. And this is a work in progress of a miniature from Grendel Productions Limited, an Earth Elemental from 1992. Oh, look at that. That's quite cool. Skip that one. There's more finished at the bottom. All right. Okay. Okay. Well, it's cool to sort of see the progression. So we'll take a quick look. Marianne, you're saying that this mini is older than you. And of course, yes, exclamation booty. We have some rock golem booty action going on here. Which is always good. Did anybody tag? No. What's going on? Nobody's tagged it with the booty shot. What's happening? There we go. Get the booty in there. Remember, every booty this year possibly could win an award by the end of the year. That is what you're aiming for, people. Okay, so here we go. Over to Pascal. And This is his 99% done Cruel Lust from Ritual Casting. Wow. Look at that. That's very, very cool. Very cool. Well, this is it. I think some of the Sophies that have been done have been really, really good as well. They're very similar models. We'll take a look at Sophie's in a bit. Oh, that looked like me this morning when I came back from my my run. Yes.
Fantastic.
Yes, I was definitely fatigued this morning. Right then. Well, okay, awesome stuff. Milo, who in fact won the ritual casting miniature during the anniversary, he is working on another project, doing some non-metallic metals, doing some preliminary sketch work here. So, unfortunately, we don't know anything about this miniature. We don't know what size. I'm going to assume it might be a 75 mil mini. Maybe in the next posting, he'll let us know who makes this particular mini. But that's looking awesome. Look at it. All right. So, Unagi Boy doing some sculpting on, I believe it's one of his space wolves. He's sculpting a pelt using some green stuff. And we got a little bit of a chat going on here as he was trying different approaches to it. I'd like to have a go at doing some sort of sculpting on a miniature at some point. So he didn't like it, so re-sculpted. Good. Looks like Santa now. It's a Space Wolf is a Space Marine from the chapter of Space Wolves, isn't it? Hopefully I'm getting my lore correct. There we go. It's a type of Space Marine. The Space Wolves are definitely into adorning wolf pelts on their armor. They're kind of, is it sort of Viking sort of esque? Is that fair to say? Hello, Space Nifty. Welcome. Well, Space Marines are the base faction. Space Wolves are the factions of Space Marines. There we go. Good definition. They definitely have different coloured armour, but the Space Wolves in the lore have a very, very different. It's one of the many, many chapters of Space Marines, of which there are thousands. Okay, so... Oh, we've got some more sculpting. See, again, this is the thing, isn't it? All these little elements that you can add to it. Oh, yeah, I'm going to have a go at some point. Okay, and so another anniversary prize from Lornor, again from Reaper. This is Kiri, the female barbarian. Oh, that's nice. See, Kiri likes the wolf pelt as well. She could be a fantasy version of a she's a kind of a space wolf. I like the flesh looks really good on her. You've got some nice sort of different values in there. That's really cool. Yeah, very, very convincing. Looking good. Looking good. An update from Milo on his non-metallic metals. Look at that. That's really awesome. I can't wait to see what he does with the ritual casting figure. Because again, it's a figure with lots of armor. I am sure he's going to do an amazing job of it. Awesome work, says Chris. Yeah, it is, isn't it? Really, really good. We'll have to find out what scale the miniature is. Roger. Okay. Oh gosh, we've got another name that I can't say. Nad Ezhada, the white ice sorceress from Reaper. So she's a mini. He's painting for a Twitch stream D&D game, which won on February. So he's going to be on Blue Box RPG stream. It's a charity stream. Excellent. So she's an albino, so trying to make her white skin with a little hint of flesh color. Okay, let's check it out. Oh, this is nice. Looks like a nice character. So you're Chris, you're familiar with the Blue Box channel in that case? Roger, are you still with us? Are you happy with how it's going? So far, so good. Still working on it. Excellent, excellent. Over to Chris. So, working on a power loader for aliens. Go yellow. Well, that's really good yellow. Yellow can be quite hard to do, can't it? But you've got a good solid yellow there. Good evening, Mini Sims. Welcome. Get away from her, you. And over to May Lenef. Okay, what have we got here from May? We haven't seen May's work for a while because I know he's been busy. This is cool. Liking it. Are you still with us, May? If so, tell us where these miniatures come from. Chris loves the colour palette. Yes, yeah. I agree. Yes, I really, yeah, he's really cool. I like him. Are these the Blood-Borne? Hey, they could be, yes, because May was talking about Blood-Borne, so maybe, yes. I think you could be right. Okay, and so as promised, Chris has updated us with this stone golem. So just some touch-ups on his eyes and mouth, and then calling it done. Oh, doesn't that look great? That looks really cool. That looks very, very good. I can see all the different variations in the rock colouring. 'Cause of course, rock's not all just grey, is it? We've got lots of different colours. That's very evident there. And it, you know, again, I can imagine it's just a nice, very gentle dry brush just to pick out all those sharp edges, and it's just so effective. So effective. That looks awesome, Chris. Awesome stuff. Right. So that's it for the main gallery. Let's go over to the community challenge gallery. And oh my goodness, what we're up to. We got so much to see. Where did we get up to? I think it was Chris actually showing that he'd done his eyes on Sophie. Because I think he was painting those during the stream. So that's where we started. And then we were talking about removing Sophie's wings. So a bit of a hack. A couple of minutes later, wings are gone. But Lorna doesn't hang about. Boom! Skin is done. So what was the deciding, the influencing factor on skin colours? You guys can say why? Because then Lorna straight away, we got eyes, we got hair, we got armor, we've got boots. Oh, well, don't worry, Chris. You've still got time. Remember, it's the end of the month. Plenty of time. Marianne, you're going to use reds because she's a demon, and so red. That seems fair enough to me. Chris is saying that Sophie has a practice run for a vampire in the pipeline. Okay. Now this is interesting, Chris. So you said that you've done the skin here, but her skin changes colour. So explain why her skin changed, because now she's purple. This was the final tone, right? Okay. Right, with you. All right. So, Lorna just, this is why he gets an award for just mini painting machine. So this is Lorna's finished Sophie. Looking awesome. Yeah, actually, Lorna's got the purple theme going on in there as well. It's going to be most models painted in a year, Lorna. Yes, it definitely is, isn't it? All right, so that's looking good. Chris then comes back on in, so I think we sort of jump around a little bit. Oh, but hang on a second. So have you done the lighter skin over the top of the darker purple? But we got hair coming in with some pink highlights. Right, I'm with you. And we got some little ears. Nice little blending the pink into the brown hair there. That was quite cool. And of course, the boy TM is also working on his version of Sophie as part of the challenge. The boy TM was the one who pointed out that Sophie's butt is on display. Not photographed here. So we got a green Sophie. This is very well. It's either She-Hulk or Gamora. I get the feeling it's a bit Gamora. But you know, a striking pink top going on there. It's very green, a lovely green. So we will see how she progresses. And back over to Chris. Highlights and glazes done onto the metal. And so you've gone for gold and red for your sort of colour scheme for the armour and boots. Ah, see, that's interesting. He's taken the inspiration, so the boy TM has taken inspiration from the Skylanders character. Okay. Interesting. Alright, let's carry on. So I think this is where you've got very, very extreme highlights in this image, and then you do a glaze over the top just to tone them back down, and they just look so cool then, don't they? They look really, really good. Carrying on with the boy TM. So where have we got now? Okay, so we definitely got all the green in. We got deep red demon devil type wings. We've got the sword in. Oh yeah, we've got the belts in. We've got some of the boots in. Looking good, like it. Is that her wings cast off in the background there? Oh my god! It'll be Chris's wings. The boy discovered Miss Fiston red. Ah, excellent. It's your wings, yes. I was going to say because she's got her wings on. The boy's name is trademarked, so I am doing him a disservice. It should be the boy TM in every instance. Okay, and so Chris has finished already. Finished on is that Valentine's Day it looked like? Wow, look at her. She's awesome. That's very, very cool. And you see. So Chris, you did miss it because you've painted her her booty in cloth, haven't you? So yeah, okay. You thought it was the skirt? Yeah. No. She's she's definitely got yeah. That's really cool. Really good. Really good. So, Mini Sims, what do we have here? We have your version of Sophie, and I think you were describing that you were going for a comic book style. This is looking very, very cool. Very nice indeed. You love the blue hair. It is nice. Marianne saying, free the booties. Yes. That's really nice, Mini Sims. Very, very cool. Very cool indeed. And Roger has his Sophie set and ready. Something I forgot to mention to you guys, and this has now just reminded me, you might want to hang on to some of your blister packs. Certainly the plastic clamshell sort of aspect to it, in regards to potentially the dungeon tiles challenge. So if you have any of those little, the plastic rectangular area, yeah, it might be too late for some of us, yes. But I will show you a little trick that I sort of, I kind of thought of. I guess I kind of did, I suppose. And maybe it's something you might want to consider for your dungeon tiles when you get to make them. So you basically want, obviously, transparent plastic of a, not too thick. So, yes, buy some more models. Marianne, you've done as much as Roger. Well, again, everyone's got probably about a good, 2 weeks still on the challenge. So you got time. Don't worry. Oh, here we go. We get a close up. It's happening live. Mini Sims. I love the contrast of the red lipstick against the sort of purple skin. It's really awesome. Very good. We get it in nice widescreen as well. All right, over to the variety gallery. Let's take a look. So, what do we have? We've got just so much food going on. Okay, so we did with Sarah. So we're going to start with Chris. Chris is helping the boy TM. Is it a science project? I'm always thinking it's science projects when you end up doing a volcano. It's probably more sort of geography, isn't it, or geology? So we got a paper mache volcano of Vesuvius being created. Are we going to have a mini Pompeii down at the bottom? Bicarb and vinegar reactions. Oh, is that what you're doing? Are you actually going to make it explode and everything? Oh, amazing. Oh, that's cool. You've already done it. Okay. All right, yeah, we can see some dry brushing going on there. Yeah, that's looking cool. We do. What was that? What was that name of that movie with Tom Hanks? Come on, give us another movie reference. Something about Tom Hanks and a volcano. Then we can put sacrifices in. Amberden starts off with all the food. My goodness. We got cakes with a bit of icing. We got more cakes with... Is that chocolate drops? Looks like chocolate drops. We got sprinkles. Gosh, Amberden, you've done so much cooking here. Butterfly, angel sort of cake type things. There are new rules regarding food. We'll come back to that. Trinity NL joined us on Monday night following her stream, and she'd been crafting some cards. So let's take a look at this. Just adorable set of cards. Aren't they amazing? Look at them. These cute. They are fantastic. In fact, I've not done a fantastic all stream, so let's just do that because that is deserving of a fantastic. They are really nice. Good evening, Milo. Yes, we're coming to the end of the show pretty much. We did take a look at your amazing miniature that you are painting. Can you tell us what scale and where's the miniature from? All right. Roger takes pictures of pancakes. Pancakes. But of course, it was pancake day yesterday, wasn't it? And I'm making pancakes at the weekend, so that's okay. So here we go. So Sarah has been doing her wonderful sort of. Is it embroidery? Is it embroidery? You tell me, Sarah. Tell me. I like the selective editing of words here that really doesn't obscure what the words are at all. So this is so Sarah does these on commission. If you wanted to have an attractive set of embroidered earrings, then you need to talk to Sarah. And she will do something like this, which is rather amazing. Milo's saying that the Whip Mini with the amazing non-metallic metals is a 70mm miniature from Black Sun Miniatures. Yes, no, we were looking at that earlier. It was amazing. Looks really cool. And good evening, Blade Mark. And it was, of course, Valentine's Day over the weekend. So this is a special gift that Sarah modified. We were looking at Unagi Boy's sculpting of fur onto his Space Marine. And this is where Sarah stitches in a safety helmet on a deer pillow. I don't know. I just don't know. And of course, here's all the materials, all the resources, sporting a very good sign of approval. Monkeys with Fire sticker there. So there we go. Okay, so yes, in terms of food-based photographs in the variety gallery, you must include some aspect of the hobby going forward. So there we go. A beautifully prepared lunch with some, product placement in the background. Lorna, that's exactly the type of creativity we're looking for. So if you're going to do food, then be creative with it. But there you go. You can see some tiles. There's all my other tiles that are just sat there waiting. These are the tiles that haven't got primed yet. So there we are. What's Amberden showing us now? Can't remember if I posted before. Is this a shield? Are you making a shield? Is this out of plaster? Oh, no, this is going to be stone, isn't it? You were talking about doing stoneworks. Yes, yes. Oh, wow. Oh, wow, that's really cool. We're not expecting you to do your tiles in stone, Amberden. So, that's very cool. That's one tile. Looking good. Maybe you can etch this dragon symbol into your foam tile. That'd be awesome. So Chris is saying some photos I took a couple of years ago of some mega block figures with printed backgrounds. Oh, zombies. So Chris, you're saying, I like how we all paint minis, but outside of that, everyone has unique hobbies. Well, that's the thing, is that if you're a mini painter, you're obviously a creative person in lots of different areas. And that's the idea of the variety gallery, isn't it? To sort of show off and just have a little bit of fun in those other areas. Oh, here we go. Oh, well, Marianne, you get away with it for the fact of that you didn't see the new rules, but from now on, food has got to have hobby in there as well. What are these? What are these? Hang on, I didn't look. Oh my gosh, I've got to say a Spanish word now. Torrillas? Torrillas? Is that torrillas? You have 200 food photos and you will use them. No. Or, if you're going to use those 200 photos, you've got to edit in pictures of miniatures along with them. So did I get it in one? Excellent. I'm not going to repeat it. I'm not going to repeat it. They look nice. What are they? What are they? Tell us more about those. And oh my goodness. Okay, so we got the volcano going on. You want me to show this on the channel, Chris? No? Okay. All right. We'll leave it. So they were a special Easter bread dip in a milk mix and fried. Fried? My goodness. Yeah, leave it to the community. The community can watch it in their own time, because otherwise it will be there for all eternity. Otherwise. So the community, you can go take a look in Discord if you want to enjoy the volcano explosion experiment. Right. There we go, people. That brings us to the end of tonight's show. I'm just reaching down just to see if these tiles have dried, so that we can take a look. Let's jump back on over. All right, so these are the two that I added a bit of wash, and yeah, this is actually, it's looking actually quite cool. I can see how the many layers that we're going to build up on this. So these are my two that I'm going to start with. I will be continuing with these next week. Probably I'll have taken them a little bit further from where we got here. So we'll do the first sort of dry brush. And maybe we'll be doing some finishing touches, maybe some added special effects for next week's show. Because we'll do some more crafting next Wednesday, because of course the Gamemaster Dungeons and Caverns Core Set, I believe it launches on the 27th. So it's just over a week away, isn't it? Yes, just over a week away. Right then. Thank you so much, everybody, for your company this evening. There is no TFI Games Night on Friday this week. In fact, the gaming is going to be happening on Saturday. So from 1 o'clock in the afternoon, GMT. And it's myself and Paranoid Spectre. We will be playing a game of Tekhenu from Board and Dice. This is quite a large, sprawling Euro game. It looks like there's going to be a lot of fun. There's going to be a lot of big thinking going on. So we're going to be doing that on the Saturday afternoon. So I hope that you'll be able to join us and hang on out and see how we do. It's all about, it's set in ancient Egypt, and we will be doing various resource management, building statues and creating resources and making sure our population's happy. Lots of things like that, but all in ancient Egypt. Looking forward to it. Should be a lot of fun. Right, shall we see if there is somebody that we can raid? Who is streaming currently? Well, here we go. Since we are all doing a community challenge, in fact, no, here we go. Kathy has literally just gone online. Let's go and say hello to Kathy. There's mummies, there's cats, there's pyramids. There's no pyramids, but there's a really big obelisk. You want to see it for the obelisk. It's a very impressive obelisk that will be showing on Saturday. All right. So here we go then. Let's go and raid Kathy. All right. All right, here we go then. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a wonderful rest of your evening or day, and I look forward to seeing you on Wednesday, but Saturday even. But until then, bye for now.